Good morning, adjudicators, respected opposition, and fellow participants in the debate. As the Prime Minister today, we are firmly in favor of this proposition. This House expresses regret over OpenAI's choice to shift to a profit-driven model, as we feel this change endangers the foundational aim of artificial intelligence progress to safely and fairly serve humanity. Artificial intelligence is not just another segment of the business world, it has a significant impact on education, employment, information security, and democratic process. Hence, organizations developing cutting-edge AI must place public welfare and ethical accountability above profit motives. Before we delve into our arguments, let's clarify the issue at hand. This motion doesn't imply that companies should refrain from making profits. Rather, we lament the shift from a mission centered non-profit model to a profit-focused approach that increasingly emphasizes competition, infill investor demands, and market supremacy. We contend that when the drive for profit heavily influences AI development, society encounters critical dangers. Firstly, decreased safety standards. Secondly, power concentration, unequal access, and the commercialization of technologies that should universally benefit humanity. Today, I will outline three key arguments: profit-driven motives, compromise AI, safety and ethical standards. A profit-focused structure centralized power and heightens inequality. This shift erodes public confidence in AI development. First argument: profit-driven motives compromise AI safety and ethical standards. Ladies and gentlemen, the core issue with for-profit models is straightforward. Companies are under pressure to amplify growth, appeal to investors, and outshine rivals. This leads to so-called AI race, where businesses place a premium on speed over caution, market leadership over transparency, and profitability over long-term social safety. AI technology wields immense power. Errors in its development can result in misinformation, job losses, privacy infringements, biased algorithms, and hazardous misuse. In systems aimed at nonprofit goals, organizations can opt for true research and responsible implementation, even if it means slower progress. However, in a profit-driven context, taking time becomes a financial liability. As investor demand returns, companies feel pressed to hasten product releases, gather more data, and secure market positions before others do. This puts an environment where caution is undermined. When profit takes precedence, ethical considerations often become minor. Second argument: a profit-focused structure centralized power and heightens inequality. AI is swiftly establishing itself as one of the most transformative technologies in human history. If advanced AI primarily falls under the control of profit-driven firms, power becomes concentrated among a small number of affluent corporations and investors. This creates multiple challenges. First, access to advanced AI resources may increasingly hinge on financial capability. Will their individual business and nations will gain greater technological advantage? Will less affluent communities may lag behind? Second, companies might prioritize lucrative markets over societal needs. For instance, AI focused on advertising could receive more funding than AI aimed at education, and for profit entertainment might attract more interest than initiatives for public benefit. Third, smaller researchers and independent scholars find it difficult to compete as large corporations wield control over computing power, extensive datasets, and technological frameworks. Consequently, innovations becomes centralized rather than evenly distributed. A technology meant to empower humanity risks instead magnifying economic inequality and corporate control. Third argument, the shift undermines public trust in AI development. Ladies and gentlemen, public confidence is crucial for the advancement of AI. People are expressing worries about monitoring, false information, mechanization, and diminishing human oversight. When entities that were initially founded for humanization reasons shift towards profit-driven goals, the public starts to doubt the authenticity of claims about serving humanity. This undermines trustworthiness. A lot of individuals advocated for AI advancements because they felt it would focus on transparency, security, teamwork, and the welfare of society. Yet, the rise in commercial interest fosters the impressions that AI firms resemble other mature tech companies that are primarily motivated by competition and profit. Once public confidence wants, collaboration between communities and AI creators becomes increasingly challenging. People grow more doubtful of information gathering, technological growth, and corporate sway over information systems. AI innovation needs social validity and community trust, not just economic achievement. The opposing side will probably argue that profit driven models are essential for financing innovation since AI research requires significant investment. We recognize the importance of funding. However, we contend that financial viability doesn't have to involve prioritizing profit maximization. There are various methods. Firstly, limited profit models. Secondly, government funding, collaboration between academia, and lastly, global partnerships. Moreover, the opposition may assert that competitions propels innovations. However, swift innovation does not inherently lead to better outcomes when it comes to technologies that can reshape society worldwide. The central inquiry is not just how fast can we develop AI, the more critical question is how should we develop AI responsibly? We assert that accountability must take precedence over profit. Profit driven interests diminish AI safety and ethical considerations. For profit teamworks, centralized technological authority, and exacerbate inequality. This shift undermines public trust in AI progress. Artificial intelligence should be crafted as a resource for humanity, not just as not just as a means for corporate rivalry and financial profits. For the reasons this House disapproves of open AIs towards a profit-driven model. Thank you.